made the command decision in honor of, at least when this is being recorded, it is a National Bourbon Heritage Month, which honestly I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, well, it didn't up until what, 2007?
Yeah, that was kind of what we actually did look up. About 2007, the Senate declared that this was National Bourbon Heritage Month in September, which I'm fine with. I'm always fine with celebrating one of my favorite spirits. Sure. So yeah, that's we put a little something together. I had actually already decided on this before I even knew that was a thing. So
it's fate.
The fates truly did align. So we've got a bourbon for this. Give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we are about today is the Noah's Mill bourbon from Willett Distillery.
That's correct.
And this is a hot one. Well, could be a hot one.
It could be a hot one. Oh, it's a hot one in the old town of tonight.
114? That's the information I'm reading over here. I don't know if that's on the bottle as well.
114.3. You're correct. Yes, what you're seeing is correct.
That's 57 and what? One and a half?
57.15 to you and me.
1.15 to you and me. Oh my.
Oh my. But yeah, so this is one I have had around for a little while. It was given to me as a gift. And it wasn't that I didn't want to open it, but sometimes when I get something this special, I always try and look for a special occasion, or maybe just everything else has already kind of been opened and I'm almost out of bourbon. So I probably have to finally go into that stash. It's one or the other, to be honest with you. Let's go with the special occasion option though, because it is Bourbon Heritage Month. And like I said, obviously Willett, one of my favorite distilleries. We love the Willett Family Estate Rye. We talk about that one a lot. That is one of our favorites when you can find it. This one also, do you know the price? Should I hold off on the price?
I don't know the price.
Okay, should we hold that information back?
Let's reserve that.
Okay, we will reserve that information. We'd like to try it without that.
HJ, no.
Yep, no one in chat. Give that away. If you're watching here live on Twitch, don't spoil it. If you look it up, let's see. We got to get a cork pop. People are asking for it.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's pretty good. Okay, yeah, no, it's a solid cork. Solid cork. Keith, usually I wouldn't say you shy away, but usually you're not as much into the higher proof spirits as I am.
I'm actually coming around to your way of thinking on that. Because it's not about the alcohol. It's about what having that extra proof means. There's usually more body. There's usually, and the things aren't as diluted. So I can appreciate, certainly when those things, you find them at a 40 or 42% alcohol, that's great. But you do expect a little bit more of those. You also can get some heat that can be tough to get through when you get higher as well. So no, I actually like in fact, sometimes when I'm at work and I'm talking about different bourbons and things, when I will actually use you as a reference.
Oh, thank you.
As to, what you get with those. It's not just like, hey, it's going to get me a buzz faster. It's like, there's a reason why that's hotter like that. So yeah,
body flavor. It's not being proofed down by water. Like all that kind of stuff. But you do have to get used to it, though. It's not like if someone says, "I've never had bourbon before, let me try one." This is not what I'm going to hand. Like you're going to slowly step them up to this, but you hope to get them there. Right. That's kind of the idea, at least. It's probably in the area of what we like to call the color of bourbon.
The color of bourbon.
Yeah, it's like
on the lighter side of it, though. Not light, but lighter.
That was the only thing I was going to say. So, well, I kind of don't want to wait, so let's just get to the aroma.
Let's do it.
Okay.
We've had something recently that had this aroma because it's got that vanilla nut thing to me, but also with the smoke. There's some char or something. There's another layer of depth, but it's that vanilla nut. There's also a little sweetness coming through too, though.
So Walter Payton is in your beverage right now?
Number 34.
You're spot on. I was literally going to say vanilla nut. I get like that maybe a little more toward like caramel, like that kind of classic, just caramel bourbon like nose. But there is a nuttiness in there, like maybe macadamia nut or something like that. Which I like. I think it's nice.
That's that's an aroma that I really enjoy.
There's a fair amount of heat. Like I said, this is one that is, like I said, even at that proof, taking in like a deep inhale. There's almost actually sometimes on the inhale, I get almost like a little bit of black tea as well. So you remember like we used to do a black tea that actually had, we used to put vanilla nut on like a black tea. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Like that there was like an undercarriage of that a little bit. So I get that note in there too. It's a pretty nice nose, like I said, but it is sharp unless you do, like I said, we've kind of adopted a little bit of you kind of put it to your nose and then you actually breathe through your mouth and you kind of pull in just the right amount of the aroma and it kind of goes across your palate, which is kind of nice. Yeah. But yeah, I like the nose. I keep getting actually more. Yeah, it's vanilla nut, and I don't know why for some reason. Yeah, like
black tea.
Like black tea, which also would have been fired. So
Fire.
Yeah. Shall we taste?
We shall.
See if there's any fire in here.
It kind of tastes like what it smelled like, actually. To me, I get that. I still get that vanilla nut, but I think the heat diminishes that somewhat. And then I think that may have been kind of what let me have that finish was just a little bit initially not so.
I would
what
agree.
do you got?
No, I think that's.
You're looking at me like,
no, I'm kind of in the same boat. Like I said, I think there's a little more, a little bit more of the nuttiness comes through. I think the vanilla kind of gets lost, maybe because of the heat, because of the spice. Like obviously, it's pretty spicy.
Right.
It's maybe not quite as smooth as I would have
Right.
hoped it would have been.
Right.
From some of the other things that I've had from Willett. But that black tea kind of thing, which I know sounds really weird, like I actually still get that. Like I said, and that is probably a very thing that's personal to me. Like I said, and for us, having worked, in coffee for so long and working directly with that. Like I said, that really comes out. But it's nice. There's some nice little caramel notes in there and everything else. Like I said, it's maybe a little harsher going down than I thought it would be at this proof, even on multiple sips. Going through, but it's nice. I like the complexity that everything kind of stayed the same.
Yeah, the initial finish, I was not like my initial sip finish. I was like, okay, because I was like, oh, this is good, and then I was like, ooh, not the finish.
No, same.
And then I would want this on a very cold night. Not only on a very, but to me, this is like a nice one out by the fire.
Yeah,
this would be, this would be really a good companion to a cold evening.
To a cold evening.
Yes.
Did you want to take a guess on the going rate for this one?
So I know what the Willett Rye costs.
This is a mix, like I said, anywhere from 4-year to 20-year,
okay,
blended together. So it's a little bit of a blend.
4-year. So I'll just throw out $100.
No less.
Okay. Oh, 75.
Less.
Really? Okay. So I'll go 60, which is what the
it's right around 60.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so it's right around 60 to 63, depending on where you get it.
I just had a feeling it might be because of the age, might have been a little bit more because the Willett the rye is a 4-year, and it's depending on where you get it, 60.
And that's insanely smooth too. Like that one is so
smooth.
good. That's why, I think I don't know if this one's just like maybe this one just has more of the 4-year, and they just it's like if someone comes by with a medicine dropper of the 20-year. Like I always wonder how that stuff works. Like how much you actually have to make to say that. Again, this used to be a 15-year that they took the age statement off of, so now it's this blend of different things. But no, I think it's really good. I'd be interested to see what other people think of it. If you've had this one before, definitely leave a comment down below, like what you think of it. If you've had previous vintages, obviously this one's from about a year and a half ago, something like that. So it's has a little bit of a time sitting in the bottle. I don't know if they've got a new one out, but yeah, I think it's definitely worth it if you were a bourbon fan. And that price doesn't bother you at all. I think it's definitely worth giving it a try. Yeah. But if you want to see anything else that we've ever had, including the Willett, the Family Estate Rye that we were talking about, or any of the other bourbons and scotches and all those kinds of whiskey things, definitely go to our website at AboutBeverages.com. You can find all of that stuff there, as well as everything we have ever tried, not just in the spirit world, but again, when it comes to waters, sodas, beers, all that kind of stuff. If you want to find just the latest videos, YouTube is a great place to go for that. You can find all that at your doorstep. If you hit the subscribe button, a little message will be sent to you whenever we put out some new things, which is usually a couple times a week. You can check all that stuff out there. If you only want audio, take it on the go with you. Google Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, always great options. If you have a favorite podcasting app that you like using, just search for About Beverages. We'll probably be there. And again, once that search happens, usually some other things will populate, like
other
maybe
options,
some social media type stuff. Some other kind
some
of
pillars, maybe?
Some pillars, yeah. Some pillars perhaps,
of social media, yes. The three for us are TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often to keep you up to date on what's going on at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do often on Thursday evenings, usually around 5:30 Pacific. We get together, we record some podcasts, try some different beverages, hang out, and just have some fun. Talk about whatever happens to pop up, as we say, along the conversation trail. Also, Andrew's going to keep you up to date on what's going on, as far as the gaming world, what he's going to be playing, and what he's going to be drinking while he is playing those games. So for all the latest at About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.